Bye. My public service announcement. Hello, everyone. This is Michael, and Grace is off with the grandkids today. I think she's going to be dropping in from time to time, though, doing a yeoman's task at it, I can assure you. And we're getting ready to have a turkey day tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is the 21st. That's a little bit early, isn't it? But I'm a turkey, and my birthday is the 22nd. So, hey, we're going to have a good time on Sunday. Get my 94-year-old mother going to come by and be with the grandkids, and we're going to have a good time. So I hope you're having a good time today out there in RV, camping, or just home kind of cuddling in this winter. I think we can call it winter is here. That reminds me of a TV show. I don't know if you saw that one. But anyway, let's see who we got in the room here today. Thank you all for being here. And today, our first one in the house is Gracie, seeking adventures. And you are a very adventurous person. Bam, I might add. 31-footer can't go there. And John has got some interesting things to say. Beautiful day there in CC, Lubbock, Connecticut. He's got some more we're going to talk about in just a second. And yeah, cooking dinner, yummy. I'm not sure if just for yourself or you've got some of the kids there also. And hey, Amethyst Hayes, good to see you here. Hoping you're doing well down there in the southern parts there, keeping warm and toasty for yourself, Amy. And let's see, who else? John. Oh, yeah, you had a comment there. Where was it? Down a little bit further. Oh, Dyson's are with us. Hiya. How are you, Christina? Good to see you. And who else we got? Oh, a lot of people coming in here. Great. As Ray would say, scrolling. Oh, I got some catching up to do. Grace, where are you? I need your help. Okay. So thank you for the early happy birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Cut me open and count the rings. So, Ford Man, hey, Kenny, good to see you here today. Our awesome, one of our awesome, that is, moderators there. Thank you for being here. And says, I'm eating dinner and just woke up from a 6-hour nap. Yeah, us night owls, we know who we are, don't we, Kenny? Good for you. And Red, good to have you here. Aloha to you. I hope you're doing well today. Happy camper. And let's see who else we got here. Scrolling a little bit more. I think we're mostly kind of caught up here, are we? Oh, no, I see it says, yeah, I'm going to have to retrain myself. Oftentimes, Grace is doing all the moderator types of things here. Diane, aloha to you too also. And let's see. Kathleen Klein, hey, hoping you're doing good on the roads. Only 22 rings. Yeah. Isn't there a song about that? Ring my bell? Yeah, I rung my bell a lot of times there. 22, no, 72 coming up. God, take a licking and keeps on ticking or something like that. But life has been good for me. I've been pretty lucky over the years. I'm sure the wheels will start wobbling one of these years, but knock on wood, donk, donk, donk. So, Lily, good to have you here. And Lucky Dog Productions moderator. Oh, Sue, how are you do? Good to have you here as always. And love to watch your shows. You're just, I aspire when I grow up to be like you. You're always so friendly and just so giving back to all of us and moderating so many blogs. I don't know how you do it. I don't moderate that many, and look at my hair. It's all gone for the winter, but hey, it just went south, that is, but we won't go too much into that today. But at any rate, thank you, Sue, for being here. Love you, and all the rest of you here too. And today we have something interesting in the store. I can't take credit for this. This was Grace. Grace came up with this idea, and at first, to tell you the truth, I was I'm not so sure. Etiquette, am I going to come across as a Karen type or Ken, I guess, the male counterpart? Yeah. Do we want to talk about rules? But actually, I got looking, I've seen some of the things that have come off in other websites, YouTubes, and yeah, it is actually kind of interesting. I mean, some of the things maybe that we don't know about that we have to get too anal, if you know what I'm talking about. But there are some things in there I think that we would kind of get a laugh out of and maybe share some stories. I hope that we will. I'll tell you what, later on in the show, if you are here, I'm going to have a spin the wheel. I think now in StreamYard, we call it a giveaway. So we're going to do a giveaway for, how about $20 on PayPal or Amazon. So yeah, would love to go ahead and be able to, for those of you who can make it around for the better part of an hour and a half. I think someday we should be less than an hour and a half, don't you? So that's a long time. So I'm maybe at, maybe about 5:30, say we'll do that. So if you can make it, or come back if you want to. But yeah, we'll have the old giveaway tool, and anybody who has the magic words in there, I will give it out. How about at 5 o'clock California time? At the top of the hour is when I'll give out the magic word. And if you have to go then, we can put it in. And yeah, if you've won, though, you're going to need to let us know. And I think if I go over here to the brand, Grace, where do I have this here? Is it in the brand? Somewhere I have our email address, and or is it under banners? Yeah, a banner. Sure, that's it. Okay, here we go. Click. So it says Michael at CaliforniaTravelVideos.com. So if you are a winner, and I'll put that up later again, but that's the one we will be using. So, okay, got some more comments there. And look, we've got Tracy. Good to see you, Tracy, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And doing chores will listen out of chat. Okay, that's cool. I know that is. We multitask. Sometimes do you find like you'll listen to it, but then you have to go to some other screens? Or you could be like Ray. What he told me is that, I can't remember who it was, but he has this is maybe a year ago. He says, I have 2 YouTubers that I watch at normal speed. Yeah, guilty as charged. Sometimes, if you hit the shift and the period, that's the greater than sign. If you hit the shift period once or twice, it'll go 125%, 150%. Yeah, sometimes I do watch or listen to them, or watch them, listen to them a little bit faster. But then there's some good stuff. I may go 75% or go hit the scrub bar and go back and get a little bit more. So yeah, we have our ways, don't we? So good to have you there. And Angie, also welcome. And who else? New Horizons, another Susan. Susan, my prayers for you that you're going to get your, how can I say this? I don't think it's a nice way to say it, is it? Your rig. Yeah, the frame got cracked, and that wasn't right. So we've done some things back and forth. I hope that you've got somebody that's going to be able to weld it, and you're going to be back on the road and ready to fly again down in the southern parts now that Florida is starting to look good this time of year for you, isn't it? You migrate south for the winter. So anybody else there? I think I'm caught up. So anyway, okay, going back to today's episode, we are going to be talking about, I don't like to say the word etiquette, rules, guides. I'm sure there's a better way, but tell you what, I have them in some detail. Some of them are funny. I've got to tell you, I want to have some fun with this. I don't want this to be like, they say when you point one finger, 3 more are pointing back at you. So I don't want it to be that way. And yeah, I got to say some things, I'll confess, I'll say when I haven't always been with my halo up there. And some things I've learned, and some things it's like, I think it might be okay now. It's like if nobody else is around, what they say, the tree falls in the RV forest. Did anybody really hear it? Did it really fall? So, okay, here's the first of the 5. I'll go ahead and pop up. Observe rules. Observe speed and parking signs. Read and follow written rules as best as you can, because you may only get one get out of jail card free, or you may be warned. I think there's been some times I've been warned, scolded, maybe spoken to firmly. You can plead ignorance, maybe, if you didn't know. Forced to leave? No, never had that happen. Engage in a fisticuff with a neighbor? No, I have not had hard words with my neighbor that I can remember, one way or the other, and or have an opportunity to work it out with the police. No. So I'm wondering, first off, as we get started there, have any of you have any stories about this thing about the rules? I mean, you get them sometimes on signs, right? Sometimes it tells you where to go, where not to go. No, I don't mean that kind of person telling you where not to go. But yeah, or sometimes you get, when you go into the parks, they give you a docket, sometimes it's a page, sometimes it's multiple pages. And I'll get to that later on about another top RVer, YouTuber that is, sharing their experiences in that regard, when you get into these membership campgrounds. So have any of you had any experiences regarding etiquette, the rules on this first item, as far as the rub of the green? And hey, hello there, Mr. and Mrs. Northwoods, Corey and Lori. Good to see you. Sometimes I can't always make it on Thursdays, doggone it, but they have a great live stream that they do each week. So let's see, anything else coming in yet? New Horizon said, my scooter fastest speed is turtle mode, so no problem going on too fast in the campground. Yeah. We have the e-bikes too, and they go 20 miles an hour, and in a campground, we're not going to be going that fast probably. But, some of them, I'm not going to go into the standard mode. I'm going to go into the, rather than the US mode for miles per hour, you go into the metric system and it lets you go 25 miles an hour. And I know some people have the Class C e-bikes, which they can go even faster. But I'll tell you, even with a helmet on, I would not want to get in an accident at 20 miles an hour, just having the bike fall over. God forbid, hitting a tree or something. So no, I'm not going to go that fast on the bike, on the scooter either. Although, yeah, some of the people, the scooters, I mean, they haul ASS, if you know what I mean. They go. So yeah, that's a good rule, is not going too fast. And also, how about your rig? Maybe you're only going 20 miles an hour, but if it's really dusty, you're not going to be making friends sometimes. So there's that, isn't it? So yeah, there's a lot more on vehicles, and maybe I think we'll have time to get in some more later, but anybody else have any more stories on the rules? Van life voyages. Oh, the rules don't apply to me. Tanya, is that you? It's certainly not going to be Derek. No, he wouldn't. No, he's a good guy, but he might tempt you, mightn't he? Oh, and Corey, that must be you. Someone is always telling you where to go. Yeah, there is something to be said for that. And here, what's this? Grace, are you sure that's dirt Kaliki seeding? Yeah, she sent one out with the walk for the dogs. It's 444. Make a wish. If you believe in repeating numbers and making a wish, it's got to be a wish not for yourself. It's got to be a wish for somebody else. It has to be something good. Am I sounding like Nomac? Like my buddy Kevin? At any rate, that's kind of funny. Yeah, it's like, Kaliki, we feed him pretty good, so he doesn't eat dirts, I don't think. So what else do we got here? Anybody else have anything to say on this? Here's one. We got yelled at a couple of times at Mayberry over the rented golf cart. What? Well, that might almost be worth it. I don't know what you were doing with your golf cart. I hope you weren't imbibing too much or something like that when you're on the golf cart. I was down between Tucson and Phoenix one time. And Tucson and Phoenix at Casa Grande, playing golf with a bunch of other people with my employer, AT&T, and these guys ahead of us would not let us play through. You know, the etiquette, if you're more than a hole behind, you let the people come through, and they didn't want to let us go through. And after a couple of holes, they were all off the fairway, so we're going to hit. And they started chasing us in the golf cart. Now, I was playing with the district manager. Shouldn't have been chasing me with him in the cart. But anyway, that's another story. So I made a sharp turn. They tried to make a sharp turn. They weren't as sharp as us, and they hit a saguaro cactus. You know what a saguaro cactus is? Yeah, that's the big ones that, you know, grow up, and I don't know, the trunks are about 24, 36 inches across. Fortunately, neither of them hit when they flew out of the front of the golf cart. Neither of them hit the cactus. You know, they got those long thorns on them. But yeah, you got to be careful what you do on the golf cart if you're running into things. So Ron sees America. Hello, Ron. Yeah, you've been making the rounds, haven't you? I see you've been going up north to Alaska. Maybe not that far, but you've been making the rounds, aren't you? And Red says, when I was in Las Vegas, New Mexico, Story Lake, I had my generator on till 10:15. About by accident, the ranger knocked on my door. Oops. But, you know, that's an interesting one, and we can maybe talk about later. But, you know, the rules are all over the place as far as what time the generators should go off. Some state parks, like in California, 8 p.m. and don't start them up till 10 a.m. I mean, really, that's I can see maybe 9, but what if you're having dinner and you're doing some dishes and you need to turn on the generator or something? It's like, that's a little harsh, but okay. But a lot of them are like 10 o'clock and some at 6 a.m. in the morning. I mean, whoa, I don't know if you got one of these tight places, and you may not go to tight places, but some of these campsites, you're right next to your neighbor. We were at San Luis Obispo a couple of years ago. In fact, we were just there a couple of weeks ago. It had wide open space at the Elks Lodge, but a couple of years back, and it was like you couldn't have room to like stretch your elbows out hardly. And so, yeah, it kind of depends, doesn't it? I will also say, and okay, true confessions, I did have about, a year ago, we were at a state campground, and they don't have, in California, electric hookups. And I was trying to put together a video. So I was doing some editing, and I didn't have solar that back in those days, so it wasn't going to last long on my laptop battery. And so I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and run the diesel, the Sprinter engine we have. It's pretty quiet, I thought. But I guess if it's completely quiet at night and you just want to hear the serenity of nothing, I could have done better. So a gentleman said something nicely in the morning. I said I was very sorry, and I have not done that again. So yeah, I didn't think like a car engine or a RV engine would be that loud, but okay, lesson learned for me too on that one, Red. So okay, what else we got here? Whoa, Nelly, how are you doing, gang? Brian, Lucy, I hope you're doing well. Love your videos that you've been coming out with, by the way. And I know that you've been working on getting the audio just right. So that's always a challenge for us, isn't it? But your videos and your stories are spectacular. So keep them up. And at any rate, and yeah, Red says quiet hours were 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. I think at some places, yes, but your mileage and rules may vary. So, Derek, yeah. So I'm driving, so may not be able to get your hello. So hello to everybody, Ron. Yeah, you're on. That's cool. I know how that is too. And sometimes it's a good question. I don't know about the etiquette. If somebody's got a live stream, should everybody be talking to everybody else? Because you know, maybe a bunch of people, but should you wait? If somebody talks to you, then you go back to them. And so who knows what the rules are there. So I think we all have love in our heart to one another. So however you do that, that is cool. So anything else here before we go on to the next item? Oh my gosh, a lot more things coming out there. And if I missed, I see something about Tim. I see other people thanking Tim. Oh, here we go. Mo bang for your buck. saying, "Hi, Derek," and you probably got some other ones there. So I'm doing the best I can, Tim. Hope life is treating you well in Southern California today. But he's a moving target that's hard to hit. And Ron says, "Yeah, I am west of Amarillo." Hey, you have been moving back around, haven't you? Hard to hit a moving target. You remember Saddam? They said he slept somewhere different every night. So I don't know if that's going on with Tim and Ron and some of these guys. And I guess, Red, you've been doing a lot of that also up until recently. But look at Grace is out, and she says, "A cute labradoodle." Not doo-doo. A labradoodle, I think is what a labradoo puppy is kissing you. Uh-oh. I hope that doesn't mean what I think it is. I'm not going to be so soft this time. I know when you had Kaliki, you batted those eyes to me. And look, he's got blue eyes just like me. And please, Michael, please. So Kaliki's still doing good. He's feeling better. He's got his ears all clean again. That was quite an ordeal. And the vets love us. I'm sure they're going to send us a nice Christmas present. They ought to, but he's feeling perky again. There's no doubt about it. He acts like a young pup again. So it was definitely worth it. And see that you're busted, says. This is a show about rules. Oh, gosh. I hope not just rules, having fun. But I love stories if you've got good stories. And add a cat. I'm not sure I understand the rest of that one. That must be some other of the things I've missed. They're going back forth on the chat, which is fine. Go ahead, keep them going. That's cool. And I'll catch up as best I can. So anybody else? Traveling Granny is with us. Hey, I love your, what do you call that? Avatar? Your icon? I love your colors and everything. It really suits you well. So good to have you here with us today also. Okay. Kathleen says the operative word is mostly sometimes. And what's this? Oh, you got a new puppy today. Well, good for you. I'm so happy with you for that, Lucy. Awesome. Or is it Brian's or both? What kind of a puppy is it? Inquiring minds must know. Maybe that will help us to figure out if it's for yours, his, or ours. And Red is in Illinois. I don't think I say that right. Illinois. Just chilling, probably till February. Was tired. Michael, I went not 100, not 1,000. That is 10,000 flipping miles. Gosh, yeah. If you could get like $4 for a gallon, that kind of adds it up. Well, not a gallon. I mean, but yeah, I guess a gallon. But it is get pricey after a while, but it's so nice to be able to see our beautiful country. If you just got a RV that's, you got a big chunk of change, and then you've got your maintenance and insurance and license. Oh, let's not go there. But if you're not using it, I mean, what the heck did you get it for if you're afraid to put gas in it? So hopefully the prices will be coming down in a couple of months. I am hopeful on that. So what else do we have here? Traveling Granny, yes, okay. And hey, there's an old friend. No, you're not old. No, sorry. Excuse me, Paula. Not old at all. But thanks for coming by. And I think you've got a show later on this evening. Now, I didn't see anything for Captain Jack Scraper, and I don't know that Gina's going next. So, but this is the time around the holidays. So if they are not available, we understand they have great shows also. And Polly, you just rock. You never give up. You never surrender. But I know once you get out on the road, let us know about how you think that might work out. And I think you should deserve some time off for good behavior, shouldn't you? Yes. So, okay, Lucky Dog Sue says, Lucy, your fur baby sounds adorable. I'll bet. Yes. Must kind of watch a show for if she can't give us all that. But oh, and Luna, that's right. Her pupster there. I love Luna. She's the sweetest dog. You've got a great pup. So, Adventures in Attitude, putting my puppy all day. Very happy dog. Yes. In fact, I think that's one of the next items we're going to talk about. I think that's number 3, kids and pets. So we'll get to that in just a second, but spend some time here getting to converse with you all. Lillian, howdy. Good to have you here. And Luna's having fun playing with your pup. His name is, I love that name, Roscoe. Roscoe. That's got like, some dogs, it's just like one syllable. And when you want to call them, like, say Kevin's dog, time for exploring. Duke. Duke, come here. I mean, Duke's a great dog, you can't beat the border collies, but yeah, Duke. But I like Roscoe. It's got some pizzazz to it, doesn't it? I wonder how you got that name. I'm sure there's a story behind that one. Kaliki was the name that was given before we had him. Hawaiian for beautiful. Wait, isn't he an Arctic dog? Siberian Husky? It should be a Russian name, should it not? Yeah, had something with vodka. Come here, vodka. Wow, that would probably be against some kind of rule somewhere, wouldn't it? Or maybe not. So, scrolling. Here's one. Don't say noise, natives of Illinois. Nowdy. Don't like that. We don't like that. Very true. Okay, and anybody else that's in here have anything I should be getting caught up with before we go on to item number 2 coming up shortly? Okay, and right, I don't think Gina is going live tonight. Not sure all specifics. Hopefully she's got some time with her grandkids also. So nice. And Michael Ann spoiled mama. Gina posted she wasn't going live. Thank you. That is correct. So cool. Anything else there? Lots of people saying hi to one another. Isn't this the great part of our live streams, as you can be like getting caught up with the latest on everybody? And Captain Jack Yell last week, in a couple of weeks, quite a few weeks, he's been having internet problems. We've tried to do some of these on our devices, and when you think about it, all the stuff that a smartphone does, and you're saying, well, I want it to do the live stream. That means I want it to go ahead and transmit the video. That means you're going to have the camera working, and you're going to have to encode and then transcode it to get up there. And it's going to have to do flow control for the TCP/IP stack. I don't know what all that stuff means anymore. I've forgotten it sort of, but yeah, you were kind of taxing it. And so, some of like our laptops, they have graphic processor chips in them and all these things. They got a lot of room and they can give off a lot more heat. So sometimes we push our devices a little bit too much. But hey, get next year's model. I'm sure for $1,000 to $1,500, it will do much more. They do suck us in, don't they? In a good way, I hope. I know we like to buy ourselves toys. So Renee, hey, there's another 021 person, and I'm hoping I'm going to see you at Oregon 22. Grace has already made the reservation for, I think it's Lost Lake, isn't it? In the early summer, and it's a great place. When we were coming back from Crater Lake in Oregon, we happened to go by there, and I said, I think I can fly my drone here. And I took it out for about 15, 20 minutes. And whenever you do that over the water, how do you say this? My sphincter muscle gets kind of tight. I do not like to fly over the water. But I did get some great footage there. And when I heard that that's where they said they wanted to have the Oregon 22 get together, I said, count us in. And Grace said she didn't blink an eye before she got the tickets. So I think we're going to be the better part of the week. May spend a day trip going up to Crater Lake or Eugene or some of the other places around there. But love the Rogue River and the things that are in that area. And we get our e-bikes out and do some hiking. And I've got to say that growing up right next to the Crater Lake, the waterway there, gosh, it was kind of like a fast flowing stream, but it really was a waterfall, and that sucker was moving. And we were there first ones in the morning, which is kind of not like us normally. I want to get going early that day for a change. And there was nobody else around, and it wasn't a national park. National parks, you can't fly drones, but this was not, it was a national forest. And unless it's marked, you can fly. And I got the drone about this far from the river, the waterfalls, And yeah, one splash goes up or one miss thing, and there goes over $1,000 down the hole. And in fact, Kevin has given me some of his extra gear when he had one that goes back to China or wherever they go to heaven or something. But fortunately, it made it through. But yeah, that place up in Oregon, we're going to have a wonderful meetup. And there you go. There is a Facebook group. Thank you for posting that. And what's this? Kathleen is talking about Blaine's here. Last I heard, he was in North Dakota chasing bison. Yeah, we'll talk about that also, about respecting wildlife is coming up there. So yeah, you've probably seen some of the videos where people get too close to a moose. There's recently one of an elk. There's been ones of bison. They make good stories, but your mileage may vary as how you're going to fare when you get thrown up about 5, 10, 15 feet on the ground. And hopefully they don't come after you with their hoofs, because it's game over, if that happens. So yeah, we do want to respect our wildlife, don't we? I don't see it here, but here's somebody says, really creative travel. Howdy. Didn't say, oh, there it goes. Okay, I see you there. And saying hi to some of our other good friends, to Amy and Miss Amethyst herself, and Dreaming on Wheels. Hey, how are you doing? Good to have you here. And Ford Man, Kenny says, thank you for that. You're doing a great job, Kenny. Marvelous, I might say. He does a marvelous job on the moderation on the chats. He's everybody's buddy, and it's so good. If you don't know about it, you do probably, but if not, you heard it here first. He has 1,000 subscribers, and what do I have here? I don't know if this is appropriate.
That was easy.
I'm not sure it was easy, Kenny, but you made it look easy when you got your 1,000 subscribers. And I guess he's not necessarily going to try to make a big fortune off of monetizing it right away. But it's good that you can now have your community tab and some other things. And so,
knock. Who's there? Nailed it.
You nailed it. Yes. So good for you there. Well deserved. But yeah, it's a long, long road for some of us to get to that 1,000 mark. Yeah. I see some of you got it in a year or 2 years. And I think Grace and I, we've been doing it the old-fashioned way. We had to earn it. So we've been around for 5, 6 years. I've got some other channels, as Grace does, that have gone through there quick. But that's okay. We're mostly in it for just sharing and caring, I guess, and getting to know you all. And it's wonderful when guys like this one here, Tim, when you can meet him out on the road and you, like I say, he shares some of his good foods with us there. And he's a great cook. And I'm sure you've seen that in his videos. If you're not, be sure to watch it, because there's a saying, I have done so much for so little for so long. Now I can do anything with nothing. I don't know about that, but more bang for your buck comes pretty doggone close. So yeah, if you're looking how to do things on the, I wouldn't say cheap, but do things that are affordable, he's your man. And he certainly gets a lot of followers. And I notice his views, he gets 200, 300 without much effort. So you've got the secret sauce, I guess I would say. So, Grace, I think you're around. I'm not saying this, 29 in the house. Thanks for coming. So Grace, wherever you are, up there, upstairs or out inside with the kids. And I guess, it's getting to 5. And I said I was going to give the spin here at about 5 o'clock. So just a couple more. Thanks for Diane and Travis. Yes, good to have Travis with us today. Traveling Granny. I think we've talked to you before. And anybody else here? Man, they're hard to keep up with today, but I really appreciate all of you being here. Valley's Creative Travel says this is our Facebook and group Facebook with pictures of where we are. It's crazy gorgeous here in the Badlands. Oh, we love the Badlands. Although I got to say, keep your dog on a leash. Kaliki, he's well behaved. I call him, he comes. I mean, sure, we give him steak and salmon. Why shouldn't he? But we were there and he's like, I tell you, the cliffs go down about 100 feet and they're crumbly, right? And it goes, where they start narrowing down from about like 8 feet to 6 feet. You walk out there a little bit and say, yeah, it's 100 feet on each side. Nobody's behind me, but this is far enough. And Kliki just kind of goes out and is like, hey, this is cool. should I jump? Should we go down? I was like, whoa, come back here. So the Badlands are beautiful, spectacular sights, but unfortunately, it hasn't been the problems they've had at like Grand Canyon, people going over. I mean, there's fatalities each year, Yosemite also. So we need to respect heights. I'm sure you are the Badlands because they might do bad things. So I think I'm caught up. And so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do, we used to have the spin the wheel type of thing, but now on StreamYard, they have the giveaway. So I'm going to need to have a word for the giveaway. I could do etiquette, but I'm not sure I would spell it right. So I think we'll not do etiquette. I think today's word is going to be rules. RULES. So, okay, I am going to go back to our page. So today's word is rules. If you want to enter into the contest, which we will have at 5:30, go ahead and type in the word rules now or later, or not too many times. Only one will count. They did a good job when they designed this tool. Dream on Wheels has got it there. Rally Creative Travels has got it. Lillian has got it there. And they are coming in with rules. Lillian, I see you there. Man, some of these people are quick on the duck. Diane is there. And whoa, Nelly is there. And, it's kind of like a quick draw. Who's quick draw today? But yeah, go ahead and just start pumping them in there. You don't need to do it more than once. But rules is the word. And hopefully you have, what was the show? May the odds ever be in your favor. The Hunger Games, right? No, this is going to be a good thing. There is no consequence in this one, but $20. And that will be on Amazon or PayPal. I don't know what you have, but I will say again, is that if you are a winner, you get a chicken dinner. No, we're not going to give you a chicken dinner. We can do better than that. But you are going to go to michael@californiatravelvideos.com. Not now. You haven't won yet. But for the person that is a winner, that will be the one that you will be using, not abusing. So, okay, back to the comments. We need no stinking rules, says who? Oh, where'd it go? I thought I clicked it to come on up. There it is. Adventures. Did I get it? Doggone, this thing's moving too fast on me. There we go. Adventures. We need no stinking badges or rules. That's funny. I love your sense of humor, guys. That makes it all. We need no rules. And here comes somebody. Kathleen, howdy there. And yeah, speed rules. And where was it? I saw. Can't keep up with these. Oh, there it is. Tammy. Hey, thank you, Tammy. Ah, gosh, yes, you and Grace have had some good times together in lots of years, and it's nice to get people on Facebook there. Thanks. Most everybody is the YouTube crowd, but we live stream on both of them. I've got a really high performance computer, not brag, but when I got it, I thought, oh, if we have to have 10 megabits up, if we're doing 1080p and have multiple streams, but when you're on StreamYard, you do pay more for it, but it takes care of all that stuff for you. So that's pretty cool. I see you. What are rules? So good, traveling. You can use the word rules along with other words. I don't think it has to be one. I don't think it has to be in the first position, but I'm not sure. But if you are in doubt, just put the word rules, I guess. But I think it can be just anywhere in there. So we'll see how that works. At any rate, and Sean, thank you very much. Happy early birthday. Yeah, I was born in Minnesota when I was a young lad. Yeah, that's true. And my folks moved out to California when I was 7. And here I am. It's like, but I love to go to other states. And Grace and I got to say, we had a good time up in Idaho when we were there. It's like you're kind of thinking about retirement. And I don't know, when do I retire? Well, I retired when I was 52. So the last 20 years, I've been just playing. So, any rate, enjoying the good life and self-actualize or something like that. Okay, Red will go to Facebook only, on Instagram, and so on and so forth. Yeah, there's lots of places to meet people. There's always new streams coming out somewhere. Okay, so rule number 2, I said we would go to some new rules or etiquette, and these are just the highlights that I got from a bunch of other sites. So let's see if I can get number 2 up on the screen. I could just say it, but and I could go to another screen, but I think it's just almost easier if I just put it up as a comment. So here we go. And I hit the click for chat. And I got a couple more comments there too. I'll give it a second, hopefully, but I don't know. Okay, number 2 is, are you ready? I guess you can see it over there, but ba-bing. Don't pollute. And what are the different types of pollution that you would worry about? Lighting pollution. Yeah, your lights at night. How about your headlights on your cars when you come in late and you have the high beams? You leave them on as you're backing into your spot. They blast somebody else. Yeah, there's a lot of things you could say on lighting. Noises. Is that when I have too many beans? I don't know. No, noises can be all type. Could be your RV noise, as I've talked about, your generators. It could be the radios up or the TV outside. God forbid that's bothering them. Yelling and screaming, voices, smells. Smells. Besides the beans, what would that be? I guess what you burn in your trash. You shouldn't be burning your trash, by the way. Leaving trash all around. Unsightly areas. Yeah, I don't know if you're becoming a Karen on how much you should. If somebody puts clothes on a clotheslines, is it undergarments, or you should be looking that way in the first place? I don't know about these things. Don't leave food in your car. Put it under your neighbor's car rig. That's a joke I started. Someone's like, well, you don't want to have things in your car. A bear will get in. Well, no, I don't keep it in my car. I put it under my neighbor's RV. So that way I don't have to worry about it. No, we wouldn't do that. But anyway, don't pollute. I think that's kind of a general type of thing. But I'm sure some of you have some experiences in that area, either yourself or with others. I don't think we're too bad at that. I'll tell you one, though. I think I'm okay, but I'd like your opinions on that. And is Nate in the house? Land Cloud? I see some people talking about Land Cloud. Yes, he's a good guy. I'm sure he would never break a rule. But his dogs might know. But, our dog has a lot of hair, and Nate's does too. The Huskies or the Samoyeds, they shed. I know I'm envious because I don't have much hair to speak of anymore, except on my face. But yeah, it's like I do have a leaf blower. But hey, if I'm running inside, it's not going to make that much noise. I'm not going to be blowing leaves or things outside. That's ludicrous. But I have taken it up on the roof, I will admit, is that, when you have your awning out or your slider out and you want to put it back in, it's got all that water just sitting there. Sometimes you can broom them out. Sometimes if there isn't a person right next to you, I wouldn't do it when I'm right next to another person. But yeah, if not, I'm going to kind of run my leaf blower for about a minute or so and presto, it's gone. But you guys may not like that. If you do, when I'm next to you, tell me, okay? Hey, look at who's here. Oh, what's this? Oh my goodness.
Happy birthday to you.
Wow.
Happy birthday, dear Poppy. Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
How old are you?
I'm a mature age.
Oh, make a wish.
I'm mature. Oh, make a wish.
Get taller.
Okay. A huff and a puff.
A huff and a puff. All righty.
Thank you all. Michaela. Oh, can we not monetize this because we got kids? They are old. They are old. Matthew is old. He is like 21.
Yeah, I am.
Good to have you guys here. Thanks for that very much. I love you. And I will say that they did a wonderful thing when they came last night. They had some handwritten media that they provided me that was really sentimental and sweet. I got to say, it choked me up. So, yeah, it's those are the things that make life worth living, don't they? Oh, gosh, don't get me choked up now. So let's see. I'll get kind of caught up with a couple of things. And thank you guys. Love you. So yeah, let's see. Got some things here. People chatting. I see something. Say hello, Marshall. So I guess Marshall, are you out there somewhere? I hope so. I love watching your show, Mr. Nomadic, Mellow Nomadic Adventures. That is. Great channel. Is very supportive for everybody, and he's kind of like our mentor. Isn't really the right word. Cheerleader isn't quite the right word. He's an advisor. How about that? He's a consultant advisor. So once you subscribe, not subscribe, but if you have a membership with him, he says, call me anytime. I mean, for a very low amount to have a monthly membership, how can you go wrong there? And I'm sure he would also, if you're not a member, if you're just a subscriber, that he would be happy to help. He's just a very giving guy. And I aspire to be more of that myself. So a lot of you out there have other channels do that as well. So, oh, there he goes. There's Marshall. And notice his logo. He's got I call it the guitar, but the ukulele. But yeah, it's nice when a person entertains. I'm thinking about getting something for Grace. Along that line, but she has not been playing an instrument yet. Okay. So scrolling, and thank you all for the lovely birthday wishes. And yeah, we're going to be just kind of hanging here tomorrow. Like I say, we're having the big turkey dinner because I am a turkey after all. So yeah, so we're going to have a fun day tomorrow, and I'm going to eat my way through a big meal there. And turkey, by the way, turkey and salmon are my two favorite meals. Not that I don't like everything else. You put it in front of me and I'll eat it. But those, I figure that I can get more food for the calories that I eat. So maybe that's part of it. Not that I don't like a good steak or other things. I think that's what we're having tonight, in fact. Yeah. So lucky. So, okay. Lots of great comments. Man, I just can't keep up with them. Thank you all for being here and all for your comments. I hope you guys are enjoying each other's too. And, okay, that's nice. And you, Marcia, you definitely deserve it. And everybody out there, for sure. Lucy, Wonelli and everybody, great gang we've got here. So I'm going to go to number 3. And I think I mentioned it would be for kids and pets. And what do we have to say about rule number 3? Okay. God, I got 4 screens here. I got to move the mouse between one to another. And then I go over here to the comments, to all, Control V, enter. And it should be popping up in a second. There we go. Show respect and be respected. Unless their single parents are really cute. I can't help it. Yeah, I don't want to be too serious about these. So yeah, if you have kids or you have pets, be sure that they respect others. You don't want your kids, well, Matthew and Michaela, if they came through your area, it would be cool. No, I wouldn't want them to go through your area. But yeah, we've had some times where the kids get together, and that's wonderful, where they can play together, and we've got the grandkids. But yeah, you might get a chance to meet the kids' parents. And if you're a single person and lonely, you might, I'm just saying, it might work out for the best. So just a little joke there, a little bit levity, but that's rule number 3. I'm going to just keep on plugging away just because I'm going so slow. Rule number 4 is about turf. What do you think about turf? I'd be curious on what your thoughts are on turf. Here we go. Number 4. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Do not enter restricted areas. Yeah, where there are signs, obviously, or you just kind of know better. There's, fences or ropes or things like that. And don't encroach on your neighbor's areas. A lot of people consider that the worst one, is walking across the neighbor's turf. And I put, unless you smell steaks on the barbecue, or, they got a case of beers. No, I'm just joking. But, sometimes you can make friends, if they're amenable, they look your way and they smile or things like that and wave and things. It's like, sounds like they're friendly. I still would be, kind of walk in from the corner, if they hey, come on over or whatever, and not just go across their curtilage. Curtilage? Yeah, when you study like gun laws or things like that, is what is the curtilage? Where are you allowed within your castle doctrine to allow to have a defensive weapon? And boy, we've certainly been seeing too much of that on the news lately, have we not? I won't get into that, but at any rate, yeah, try to respect if you're in a slip there, and you can see that okay, you've got the pedestal there where you have to hook up if you're in an RV spot or a campground. You kind of know which one is yours if you're put in a tent. And then on the other side, you don't want to go past where the other person's is. And I know sometimes, well, nobody's there yet, but if you encroach on it and then they come in later, it's like they're not so cool always where, oh, I put a tent there, you can just work around it. No, that's not so cool. So at any rate, not to be too fussy about the rules, but I'm just wondering if any of you have any things about some of the, don't shove a camera in someone's face without asking. Kathleen, booyah. Yeah, I've got that later on. I hadn't thought about it. And I thought, yeah, recording devices. It's bad enough you're taking a picture of them, but if you're videotaping them, and what would be one of the worst to do, I hope we have time to get to it, but I can see this time is going by really fast. And that is where a person is pulling in and you start yakking at them when they're like having like a big fifth wheel or a toy hauler, and they should be paying attention to what they're doing or leaving. Also, you don't want to disrupt them when they haven't got their chains hooked up and they forget about it. That's not good. And you shouldn't be guiding them unless you're asked to. We'll get into some of these a little bit later, but yeah, if they're not having a good time, you just don't, well, I'm going to start videotaping those poor suckers and put it on YouTube. I know you may want to, but you better do it surreptitiously, if I said that word right. Don't let them know you're doing that. And really, it's not going to be cool if they see it on YouTube and then they know it's you, California Travel Videos. You were the sucker who did that. They may not be so happy with you. So yeah, recording or taking a picture even on somebody else and hitched up in tow. Only one rule, don't pie me off. Oh yeah, well, we're thinking about having some pie. The pecan pies are in this time of year. I love the apple pies at Costco. Oh, I don't think that's what you mean by pie asterisk. So yeah, some people, it just feels like they don't mind they don't mind being disrespectful. I hope that our people here don't do that, but we've all got stories, I'm sure. It says, man, they are all open carry weapons here in Tennessee. Crazy. You think that you'll be in a gunfight today? I don't get it. Well, not to get into this too much, but there are 39 states that are open carry, 31, excuse me. But there are 39 that have the castle doctrine. That's what it is. So, each state has its own little rules, and you better be aware of them when you go to that state. We're going to be going to Arizona. It is open carry and it's concealed carry. Hey, do whatever you want. No, not anything, but some states are very permissive. California, well, I won't tell you the things you have to do in this state to get ammo or a weapon, and you better not have it in a city limits in an incorporated area. Even on somebody else's private property, you're going to be in bad shape, and in some cases, even if it's like Bureau of Land Management, is it a hunting gun or, let's talk. So, yeah, no, I don't think you should have to consider some states and worry about them. Anyway, going back to number 5, and this is kind of probably a general ubiquitous one. And you probably heard the song. On the song, they first of all say it with the letters, and then there it is, RESPECT, respect. Respect your neighbors, respect the campground, the park staff, and especially the bears, moose, and bison. Yeah, that's right. When they say don't get near them, and we were leaving West Yellowstone going across, there are literally, not figuratively, literally thousands of bison that you see there in the prairies. And we had maybe about 100 or 200 that were in the road. And okay, guys, you're each about 2,000 pounds. Take your time. You get the little youngsters, they're only 1,000 pounds. Okay, guys, You're cute. Take your time. In fact, I think they're okay if you take their photos and videos. So we did. That was a lot of fun. But I wouldn't want to make them mad and have them charge the rig. That's for sure. So anyway, yeah, you do want to show respect to your neighbors and the campground and the park staff, or, other people. That's just kind of makes sense, you would think. So, anything else anyone's got there? I don't see anything there. So we're going to get into the nitty gritty at this time. So that was kind of the highlights. And rather than pop them over one at a time like I've been doing, I think we're going to go to another screen and we're going to see multiple ones at a time. And it's just about time for our contest already. Time flies by when we're having fun, aren't we? And I would love to have some of you come aboard, but let me get some of the housekeeping done. Man, I'm doing a lot of housekeeping today, aren't I? So let's see, I have a screen here. I go into StreamYard screen. And if I say I want to go to my laptop, I think this one is the laptop behind me, but I'm too big. So let's go Mini Michael. How about on the other side? Mini Michael. There. Okay. So I'll take that hide current comment. Okay, that's gone. And we're going to use this other laptop, and we're going to go down and scrolling. Oh, this is from the National Park Service. So I hope you can see those. It says quiet hours typically range from time such as 10 to 6. What? No, that's what they said on the site. I tell you, I kid you not. No, 8 o'clock. Do not do it at 6, please, if you're my neighbor. Well, it depends. But if I don't get a chance to talk to it later, some people say, if you're going to be leaving earlier, like say before 8 a.m., try to, do your takedown the night before, and I don't mean at 10 o'clock of the night, but do it earlier. Don't be banging around a lot of stuff. Now, I know you're going to have to put the slide out in the morning. I'm not saying that, but, things are going to make a lot of rattling noise as much as possible. Try not to make noise until 8 a.m. Okay. Light. So yeah, the light sources, we talked about that. People, and so when we were at Elise Falls up there outside of Eugene with the Oregon folks, is that yeah, it's so beautiful at night. You want to see the stars. You want to be having light pollution, that sort of stuff. Personal space. Considered rude to enter or pass through another's occupied campground. Yeah, we've talked about that without the occupant's permission. Cleanliness, leave your campground cleaner than you found it. Throw your garbage away in the campsite dumpster and wash your dishes. Well, yeah, I guess don't leave your food out if there's going to be bears around. Reserve campsites. Ooh, that's one I hadn't thought about. Do not steal a reserve only or first come, first served campsite that someone else already claimed. I can't imagine somebody doing that. Does that really happen? Gosh, that'd be a bummer. Those are fighting words, man. No, they're not. But yeah, you'd want to talk to the person if they were encroaching on something that you've already reserved. It's like nobody likes to feel violated. It's that RESPECT, right? Okay, we got some funny things here. I guess I have to say. What about Nevada? Better for full-time RVers? Question is, shh, be very quiet. I'm rabbit hunting. Wake and bake, says Hitch Toe. And I'm still allowed to try to pet the deer, right? Well, I don't know what you mean by petting. Now, you're single there, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Nate. So when you say petting, I'm kind of wondering what you're talking about there. That kind of petting. Okay, stroking. Yeah, right. Okay. Rabbit hunting. No way. We got some good stuff coming here. Leave everything in the fire pit. Well, I don't know what everything means, but I won't go into that. Guilty. I wake up at 5 a.m. Yeah, Tim, you are an early bird. I know how hard it is to sit and wait an hour. Good stuff. These are better than anything I can say. I'm going to have to come to these. Landcloud Adventures, if you want to cuddle venison, be my guest. Just don't be offended if it doesn't cuddle back. Yeah, when you see this, you see them, it's like, geez, should I at Costco, the bison is very good, but I don't know if I should eat it anymore. It's that's a whole nother story, isn't it? I dream with me and violate. What? Really? Okay. Still have to figure that one out. And okay, what else? Sounds like a personal situation. Yeah. The Bob is domiciled in Pahrump, Nevada. You know what about Pahrump? That's one of the places they still have the women of the evening, if you know what I mean, is Pahrump. And when I went to my 50th class reunion, yeah, it was the 50th a couple of years back. And one of the classmates, her husband, had a job. He was a limo driver, and he would take celebrities out to Pahrump to see the cheerleaders or whatever they do out there. And sometimes he would get, I guess you get 10% of the amount that they spend that night at these places, shall we say. And he sometimes was getting many thousands of dollars an evening for his 10%. So when they say what goes in Nevada stays in Nevada, well, yeah, that's in the Pahrump area there. So I don't know what you mean talking about that, but enough said. Anyway, interesting stories there. And Art Bell lived and did his radio show. I didn't know that. Huh, I didn't know that was he did it out of. And Tim has capitals to visit. Yeah, he's seeing all the capitals, that's for sure. So anyway, okay, so I think we've done the that part of the National Park Service. So we're going to move on to the Wendelins. Do you watch them ever? RV Lifestyle. They've been around a long time, and they're kind of like me. They're sort of the senior category, and but they're good people. So here's and they're if you subscribe to their website, their email, you get something every day. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they recirculate it, but man, they've got at least 365. They're pumping out something every day to some of their different blog entries. So here's the ones that they have. Don't park close to other campers if there are other spots open. Yeah, that's right. Especially if you're in like BLM land out in the woods, just don't park, have loneliness and park right next to somebody else. No, give some space, some elbow room. Don't leave the porch and outside light awnings on all at night. Don't smoke cigars. Did I put weed either? Maybe I did. Within 100 feet of you, don't arrive and set up campground after 10 p.m. Yes. Don't drive in left lane unless passing other vehicles. Like, what? Do you even have to say that? In parking lots, drive in the back rows. Wow. Yeah, that's a good one. So if you're like at, I don't know, a big box store, you know what I'm thinking of, don't you? Yes. Walmart, where you don't park up close. You don't, if I don't get a chance to carry it later, you don't park right next to another rig so that when you start to go out, you swing wide and you have a tail spin and whack the other vehicle, which is not good for you or them. So don't play music or watch TV outside unless the volume is low. If your RV breaks down, don't expect quick service from the RV dealer. Consider RV repair techs. Well, that's not really a rule, but yeah. If it's really hot, your RV AC won't likely cool it down below the 80s. And yeah, I think that would be a time when you would be allowed to run it extra hours if you're in a place where everybody's miserable. It's like in the 90s at nighttime, no generators. Well, yeah, if you have a place to plug in, that's fine. But and same for heating. If it's like down freezing, it's like Grace and I when we were at was it Zion? No, it was another one near there, but Bryce, I guess it was. National Park, and man, it was freezing that night, up like over 7,000 feet. And I turned on the stove a couple times. I know that you don't want to have a lot of carbon monoxide in your rig, run the fan a little bit, but it was freezing. I mean, I was like, you have just your nose out, or you put it in a sleeping bag, or what do you do? It's like, if it's really bad, I think your neighbors aren't going to be too nasty on that one, especially if where we were at, there was a good distance between everybody else. As camping spots get scarcer, consider boondocking. That's a good one, not a rule, it's just an idea. So it's about time for that contest, is it not? If you haven't already, today's word for our contest is rules, RULES. So if you haven't typed the word rules on your chat, now would be the time to do it. I will give it maybe 1 minute. I'll go down to the next section. But thank you for the Wendelins for their thoughts. Now I have my big list, which we'll get into, but you can kind of be peeking at them. I don't know if that's too small. I hope you can see it. If you're on a laptop or big screen, you're fine. If you're on your smartphone, I should maybe have a bigger font, shouldn't I? Anyway, hopefully most of you are fine. And 1 minute's up. I see some more people. Rules, unrules. Small, big. Tim, I can never. Tim, I got to tell you, I can always count on you and being the comedy. I'm glad I wasn't your teacher. I think no, but actually, I think I'd love you being in the class because you would keep the other kids wanting to attend the class anyway. That's for sure. So, okay, I'm going to go to the page. It says we have 25 entries. And if I do this right, I should be able to have you see what I'm doing. So, okay, what screen is this? That's a good question here. So I've got all these different screens that I can have it go to. I don't know if I have it to that one. So I think I'm going to take my Chrome browser, and I think I'm going to put it down here. I'm going to move that page down to my Wacom tablet. And I think that will do it. And then if I have a button for the Wacom tablet. Oh my gosh, I forgot to have the camera zoom in. So yeah, that's why you're seeing the back of the screen here. So I should probably do the Wacom with the Canon camera. There we go. And now Michael needs to go and be a small mini Michael. There it is. We have 25 entries. And I am going to hit, I can't see you guys here. Okay, I'm back so I can see you guys on that screen. Oh, all these different screens. So, okay, I need to get my mouse over here. And in 5 seconds, I'm going to hit draw. 4, 3, 2, 1, spinning. And there are the names are going by. I'm seeing lots of good names there. It's slowing down, getting close. Who is going to be the what? California Travel Videos. Oh, that's right. I said the word rules. Damn it. Okay. We're going to do it again. Yeah. I know. I know. Families are not allowed to be in there. Draw again. Oh, God. Hope it doesn't come on my name again. This is embarrassing. Come on. It is Kathleen Klein. Are you on the road, Kathleen? Woohoo, Kathleen. You know what to do. You, if I go over to this screen and click on the banners, and there is one for, there is where you go. Michael at CaliforniaTravelVideos.com, and let me know whether you want door number 1, Amazon, or door number 2, PayPal, or door number 3, I think I can do, what's that one that begins with V? Venmo. I think I could do Venmo, but whatever, we'll work something out. So anyway, write me and I will be happy to work with you. So congratulations, Kathleen. Always good to have you here and well deserved. And thank you for all the rest of you for entering also. So will I remember to get back to, yes, back to where we are. Oh, no, we don't want that one. We want to be to the laptop screen. And, okay, and I'll be, nope, over on the other side. Okay, I'm there. Okay, so going through a couple more of these. Let's see if we can go through these a little faster. When you see one that resonates with you, and I can't see the comments. Here they come. Okay, so if you see one that, has Kathleen said anything? I'm kind of looking through there. I see a lot of congratulations, Kathleen, and things. Is just send us an email if you're around. Hope so. So anyway, let's take a look at some of the other things. Some of them are kind of, I think, interesting. Respect nature. We've talked about that before. Respect other campers. Yeah, they're looking for peace and quiet. We get that. Respect the facilities. Yeah, showers and things like that. Somebody has to clean it up. Remember Steve Turtle and his wife? Yeah. Just don't leave a mess behind. It's like treat it like you do your home property. Clean up after yourself. Sure. That's cool. Use inside voices at the appropriate times. I'm not always great at this. So I get animated like I am here. So I get a little louder, but especially at nighttime when your voices carry, when it's colder, yeah, try to kind of tone it down once it's after hours and you've had some libations and things like that. I get it. Grace and I understand. Keep the kids relatively quiet, whatever that means. I mean, they got to play and they got to burn off the calories. So that's understandable. Mind language, especially if you're in a family-oriented place. Swearing may be offensive to others. You never know. So, okay, going down to some others. Let's see. Whoa, I went too fast. Get back here. Manage the music. Yeah, you don't want it to be up too loud. Well, I guess so. When we were at Yellowstone one time, oh gosh, the guys had like, I just can't describe it. I've got some big, multi-100 watt speakers, some Mackie speakers. And these guys had ones that were equal mine. And they had it blasting, playing their country and Western music, which some of it I like, but most of it's not my fave, not for like half hour or more. And I got to say, my neighbor, she was a really nice lady. She comes every year with when she was young, and then she does it now with her daughter. And I said, let's just, we've got a bottle of whiskey here. Let's just kind of get in the mood. And it did help. So you can't beat them. We had to join them. But I think that people should be respectful for others, not blast their music. Control pets. Keep your pets on a leash. Don't leave your pets alone outside. Well, some dogs, I guess they worry about them getting wound up or starting to bark or those types of issues. You got to use some common sense and clean up off your pet, of course. Consider the lighting. Yes, we talked about. Think about your vehicles and machines. Avoid noisy motors. Yeah, I guess if you got power tools or things like that, I'm not sure what they mean by machines. Maybe you guys have some ideas on some of these things, but I think we get to some better ones later on. The unwritten rules. I love that I saw some of these from Liz Amazing. She had over 600,000 views on her post for unwritten rules and over 1,000 comments. And some of them I loved. So here we go. Tactfully help others, especially newbies. Yeah, if there's people that are like new to this, and I've seen some great YouTube videos where, you rent one of these El Montes or what's the other big company that rents them? I forget, but the Blackwater hookups are not right. And you get on like this one fella, he's a big YouTuber, and his wife, they didn't have tools. They're just new. They just rented it. And so they've got the plastic bags over their hands and they've got kind of a multi-purpose tool, but it's like they're not able to stop the leak underneath for the Blackwater. And so, yeah, when we can help people in their hour of need, I'm not sure how much you want to get involved with that one. But yeah, if we can help people that are new, because especially if they don't know the rules, to kind of tactfully help them, it may help. Try to lighten up a bit when something minor annoys you. Yes, don't be a Karen or a Ken if it's something you can just overlook it and soon it will be not an issue. Don't take excessive time fiddling in lines. Oh, that's a big one, such as when you're dumping your Blackwater tank. Be ready ahead of time. Get in and get through, and don't like fiddle around for 20 minutes when you've got 20 people behind you when you're down at courtside. I've seen that happen. Some people are just like, well, I finally got up here and I'm going to go as slow as I want. It's like, I can see they've never been in the military, because the military, you go through the lines quickly. Never asked to use the bathroom of another RVer. Oh man, who would do that? I'm just going to tinkle, or I really got to go. No, that is, I don't know. That's a bad bias. Have you ever heard of that? Maybe you've had to do that and really had to go, but come on. Gracie says, poop on their doorstep. Oh, Gracie. Okay, well, I see we've got some good ones here. I wish I could get some of these. Is that to get leprosy from kissing an armadillo? Oh man, we are going to be going down here. in a paper bag, set it on fire. Oh, guys. Oh, man. I wish I had some libations myself now. This is getting too funny. Only members get bathroom rights in my trailer. That's another reason to not only sign it, but get a membership now that, and I don't think I mentioned it. Not here anyway. I need to have a big shout out for Nate. How can I do this? Didn't fall down. Who also has he's had 4,000 hours a decade ago, but he needed to have the rest of it, didn't he? He needed to have the, I'm sorry, you had the subs, but you needed the 4,000 hours and not just buy the shorts. We won't get into your shorts there. We're not going to talk about Nate's shorts too much, but yeah, congratulations, Nate. And thanks for all your help and all you did to help us when we were in our hour of need, when we were up in the 900s and we're on one of your live streams, and you helped to give us a nudge, give us a goose to get us over there. And Grace said she enjoyed it. Okay. So what's this? 80-pound dog sleep. Oh yeah, that's not so good there. Yep, those things happen. And I guess, not trying to like gross people out, but we do need to be observant. We just charge $5 a buck for use. Well, that's a thought. Yes, that's a nice way. No memberships yet, Nate. Oh, come on, man. We don't have them here either, but maybe someday. But unless we have something really special to offer, it's just enjoy the ride on the Reading Railroad. You guys play Monopoly? Haven't done that for quite a while. And yes, Nate, be sure to do, and everybody else, if you want to put up your link there, by all means, do that. And we broke the rule in Red's RV, Tim. Well, yeah, be sure to ask ahead of time there, Tim. Okay, so what else do we got there? The COVID stuff. We won't get into that too much, but yeah, we did have one campground where there was a youngster. It was during the COVID days, and this youngster was coughing. And, he just has allergies. And it's like, everyone's like, I don't know, man. It's like, you don't want to be in the hospital. So anyway, special rules, flying drones is typically not a good thing to do at a campground. And then you've got within 5 miles of restricted airspace, unless it's a general airspace. So e-bikes or things like that, sometimes allowed, sometimes not so much, scooters, whatever. And check to see if you need permits for whatever it is that you think you want to do. As we said again, leave open spaces in your boondocking types of things. And not only RV generator running, but the fumes may bother the neighbors. Or guess what? If you're pulling in with your diesel, we've got a diesel. Don't leave the engine running for 20, 30 minutes. And, you've got your neighbor right next to you there, and they're not so much enjoying your fumes, if you know what I mean. We got some things. You guys are too funny. I wish I could have Gracie just be popping these things up, because there are some really good things. And you guys are I'm sorry I can't put them all up on the screen, but I'll just kind of keep on trucking here. So what else? Be aware. Okay, avoid playing distracting noises, things outside on the radio. Yeah, we've talked about that. So anything else? Scrolling. If possible, don't blast your headlights. Other RVs talked about that. Even RV parks, never park adjacent to RVs, semis, etc. Where you have a tail swing. Yeah, if you're in a parking lot, don't get where the tail swing, you're so close to a person, they can't get in or out. They're stuck, and you're stuck. Or one person moves, and they scrape you or you scrape them, and then you're going to be having to do some insurance paperwork, and that's never very fun. Don't be nosy, stare, or record other RVers. Yes, we talked about this before, didn't we, Gracie? Try to mind your own business. Unless the neighbors give you an inviting vibe. I think that's a good one. Be polite when handling issues with your neighbors. Yeah, sometimes you need a third person, like the camp host or somebody else who gets paid the big bucks to help adjudicate these things rather than having it me versus you. Even if you're in an open carry state, Other RVers may not be impressed by you displaying your firearms or weapons outside your RV. Enough said on that one. It's based on what's going on these days. Oh boy. Don't leave your valuables out overnight or on when you take day trips unless you can afford the loss. And this happened actually to Amazing Liz. They had their e-bikes on the back, and they were like not ours are $1,500 each. Well, more with the accessories, but yeah, they lost a couple that were over $2,000 that they thought would be okay for a couple hours. And somebody, even though they're in a nice campsite, somebody came into the campsite and did the 5 or 10 finger discount, whatever you call that. Not cool. So if you have an older fixer up rig, 10 years or older, and sometimes a pickup or a camper or a van, it may not be allowed in some of these upscale campgrounds. And I know that one person that's on this channel has had an experience with that. But normally, if you're just in the average campground, they're not going to be so bad on that. But some of these upscale ones, the membership campgrounds, that's their rules. Nice when they post them, though. I know in this case, it wasn't posted. Your leaf blower, we've talked about that. You don't want to make unfriendly relationships. Avoid cursing, yelling, screaming, especially when you are consuming libations or smoke. Be aware to tone it down when imbibing, no matter how funny, clever, or sexy you think you are. Don't empty clean your black water hose at your spot if you have a nearby neighbor. Yeah, the smell. Yeah, if there's a dump site, you don't clean out your hoses on site and then your next person comes after you. It's like, no, that's not so cool. What else? Keep everything inside your site boundaries and don't cut across others' occupiers. Yes, not only be quiet at night, but be prepared, but pre-pack the night before if you're going to be leaving at dark 30. Silence your lovely wind chimes at night or when the wind picks up. Some people say you shouldn't have wind chimes at all in your RV. That's a tricky one, isn't it? Let's see if we got anything else people are saying. It's 5:51 already. Gosh, the day is going by. What do we have here? I want to talk to you about the gift circle. Okay, you got some other people sharing messages. My solar panels stay in my car when not in use. Yeah, that's right, because those have legs very quickly these days. Good for you, Tim. Yeah, that's right. You don't leave those things out, not on a prayer. Okay, knows the cameras are rolling, might give them a full show. Yeah, Derek. Just watching your YouTubes, I feel like I see plenty of you, but you are worth looking at there, brother. Oh, gosh. Okay, and 4B43 is ADXS. Okay, I think Derek might get that. Oh, I'm sure that's a good one. And okay, Kenny is, thank you for that. I guess there's not any Van Vita travel though tonight, unless, so is Van Vita travel coming up in 8 minutes? Oh, great. So she's going to slip into Gina's slot. Hey, thank you for that, Kenny. So good. We've got somebody coming up in 7 minutes. I better keep on going, keep on trucking. Apparently we can run through the streets with an assault rifle and all is good. Yeah, if it's an open carry state and you can't obviously you have to use muzzle control. You can't fan somebody else or point it or things like that. But in open carry states, but you better know your rules. I'm not going to get into this, but if the rule says you're under 18 and you're not allowed a handgun, but you're allowed a rifle, I don't know why the rules are that way, but you better know your rules or it's not, you're going to get to meet some new friends and spend some time at the Gray Bar Hotel. So that's a whole nother story, but we're not going to get into that too much. Renee, it's hard to imagine YouTubers not videotaping it. I've got to tell you a story on this one. When we were down at Quartzsite, this was before COVID year, I guess it was. No, it was the COVID year 2 years ago. And there was some firewood that was being out to Papa Drew's. And I mean, it was a big truck they had and a big trailer behind it. And they went the normal way in, but when they came back, we'll we'll just take a shortcut and go through the dry riverbed. Well, when you're going up the hill, your back wheels, they just want to sink into the dirt. Not so very good. So they were stuck. And I mean, they were, part of the crew, so to speak. There must have been 4 or 5 or 6 YouTubers that were getting the video, including us. But, we weren't trying to be disrespectful and things. It was all kind of like we were helping. So that's a little different. But yeah, when things happen, when you're with the YouTube crowd, expect you're going to have some helpers. Okay. Hope you enjoy dinner there, Lucy. And what else? The hunters. Yeah, there are hunters out there too. Good point. Pointing any gun with your finger on the trigger in a crowd room isn't too bright. Yeah, one of the 4, or some people have 5 or 6 of them, the basic rules: never put your finger on the trigger until you are ready to shoot. And I got to say, Prosecutor Binger, when he was in the courtroom, he had his finger on the trigger. You never, ever do that, even if you know it's unloaded. That's a big no-no, but that's a whole nother story. I remember pointing to the trigger in a crowd. It wasn't too bright either, right? Remember that video from courtside last year? Oh, that's nice. Thank you there, Sue. That was a fun one. It was just really, it was good to see them get out. I've got to say that we were all rooting for him, and it was kind of a group experience. So it's interesting when a person has a problem and we can all work together. So what else we got there? Don't damage the ground or the pavement with your jacks. Yeah, that's for sure. If you got a big, heavy rig, don't allow your grill to damage the picnic table. I got to say, we've had our Blackstone griddle when we were up at Oregon on the table, but it wasn't producing a lot of heat. So, but some of these plastic picnic tables, God forbid, if you have a real hot stove, it could melt them. So that's common sense, I hope. Do any of us have common sense? I don't know. Don't scatter tools when doing repairs. The extreme temperatures take pity on neighbors when they have to run their generator for heating or air conditioning. I did that one, needless to say. I've got some good ones at the end. Thank you for waiting to the very end, by the way. Avoid loudly knocking on someone's RV door. Try to wait until they are outside, or at least step back so far that you can't be peering inside the RV and see what the inside looks like or what they're wearing. And this is especially true if their RV is rocking. Don't come knocking. So you've heard that one before. Number 32, when RVers are pulling in, women, please avoid bending over, especially if you are wearing a swimsuit. I don't mean to be a MCV, male chauvinist pig. I'm just having some fun here. But, a lot of accidents are happening because people are in their halters or whatever. Just saying. So, at any rate, just having a little fun there. Don't eat too many beans if you will be walking near your neighbors. And lastly, but never be unreasonable Karens or Kens fussing about the petty stuff. Now, I'm not going to go over these lessons. You can look at them on the screen. But the Odd Couple, they did a video and had, I don't know, maybe 50,000. It wasn't like the 600,000 that I talked about for Amazing Liz. I encourage you to go to their site, their site and their video if you really want to see that. And they've got 1,000+ different comments. But so anyway, I just hope you enjoyed this. And I'm not here to be one to kind of pushing on the rules. I try to just live and let live type of thing. But I do want to, when possible, is try to, if I'm doing something that is not copacetic, at least to be aware of it. So anything else any of you have there? I was hoping to have people come up, and I was chatting too much, wasn't I? It would have been so great, but I hope you enjoyed what we had covered today. And next week, I think we'll be all back to normal time with Grace coming back. I know you guys have been missing it there. And so here's this. Oh, my God. How about men when pulling into RV slot, paying attention to what you're doing and not QQing at the women they're bending over? Guilty as charged. I like to joke is that, I may have ordered I may have ordered on the menu, but can't I still look at the menu? No, I know I shouldn't. Okay, I'll try to be better in my next life anyway. Okay, and yes, Gina's coming up. Follow the park directions, good. And I say, poof, poof, pass. Kathleen agrees, and Renee is insisting price file the parking directions. Yes. Camping therapy. Hi there. Don't use drill to raise jacks early in the morning when you're leaving. Yeah. I love our Makita drills, and I do have, the 1/2-inch drive if I have to take, because, when you have these big wheels on your RV, a Class C or bigger, you just can't take off those lug nuts. A speed wrench ain't going to happen if it's like 90, 100 pounds. So I do have that kind of, but I've never used it. Thank goodness I've never had problems. If I did, I wouldn't do it before 8 in the morning. That's for doggone sure. Unless, of course, they didn't go to bed until after midnight and they were the only ones next to me. But that's another story. No, we should not seek revenge, should we? Precisely. Okay. Anything else we got? It's 6 o'clock already. Woohoo! It is time for us all to go over and let's have a big raid on Van Vita Travels and find out about her. She's going to be coming down to, I think, the south of the border. You can drink our water in the United States. It's true. So thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed the show. And Grace will be back next week. And so what's the final one here? Oh, am I getting that? It seems like I've seen that. It says it's not popping up with the most recent here. Is it now? No, I'm just going to say it. Just not when backing up, Michael. Thank you for that. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Sue, and for Kenny for moderating. Let's go on over to Paula. And Van Vita Travels is the name of her channel. So thank you. I'm going to enjoy my birthday dinner coming up. And tomorrow, I love progressive birthdays. So thanks for being here, for helping make my birthday special. And I love you all. And finishing off, as always, happy trails to you until we meet again. Peace out, brother and sisters.